Hey there guys, opening Yu-Gi-Oh here. Today we'll be doing a deck profile on one of the best decks that there is out there, the wind-up deck. Okay, so let's get started. So first, this is my main personal deck that I run, and then I added a few cards here that nobody else uses, and I haven't lost once with this deck. So this is an unbeaten deck. And I'll show you the card that really helps out. It's like Solemn Warning, but even better because you don't have to pay a price. Okay, so first, 3 Wind Up Shark, obvious. 3 Magician, obvious. Okay, now here, 2 Wind Up Jugglers, because this could be a good defense for you. You know, you could set it down, your opponent attacks it, flip it. If he's attacked, your opponent's monster that attacked it gets destroyed after damage calculation. So I run 2 of him. 3 Rat, obvious reasons. 3 Rabbits, obvious. Now, this could vary. You could use Wind Up Soldiers or Cyber Dragons. I prefer Wind Up Soldiers because you can summon him with Magician from your deck if you use Magician's effect. Then get him to 5, and then if you have a shark in your hand, summon shark, and then you have 2 level 5s right there, so you can summon an XC level 5 monster. So 2 Wind Up Soldiers, 3 Effect Veilers, because Effect Veiler is awesome, and then she can counter like Wind Up Rabbits if you have her in your hand. She's super useful for rabbits. So that's why I run 3, and then she can also stop your opponent's monster effects during their main phase. 2 Tour Guides. I don't have a Sengen in here because I run a 3rd Effect Veiler. That's the reason. So just 2 Tour Guides. Okay, now on to spell cards. Monster Reborn, Heavy, Dark, obvious. 2 Pot of Dualities. Pot of Avarice, obvious. Those are about the only few spell cards that I run on here. And I'll show you the other ones for some other decks on my side deck right now that I'll show you in a little bit. The Solemn Brigade, obvious. 2 Dimensional Prisons. A Starlight Road, because most people always run a Dark Hole. So this is good to have against Dark Hole. Or Heavy Storm, you can activate that against Dark or Heavy. 2 Mirror Forces, 2 Fiendish Chains. Okay, now this is the card I was talking about. Black Horn of Heaven. I run 3 of these because look at the effect. When your opponent would special summon a monster, negate the special summon, and if you do, destroy it. So this is like Solemn Warning for... Except that Black Horn is only for special summons, but still, most people nowadays do XC summons, which counts as special summoning. And for Solemn Warning, see, it's for either spell traps that would summon a monster, but Black Horn does just as good because you think, like if you use your Solemns and your opponent my opponent thought that I couldn't negate his special summons anymore. So then bam, I use these, and this has no cost whatsoever. So then like my opponent used a Wind Up Rabbit deck, or not a Wind Up Rabbit, sorry about that, Rescue Rabbit deck, and then he tried to use the rabbit to special summon the Evolsar Lagia. And then he thought I used up all my Solemns. But then I did this on him. And then he was like, oh, no way, what the hell? And then he wanted to see this card. But this is a super awesome card to use against XC monsters. Okay, now for the extra deck. I run 3 Wind Up Sandmeister because, you know, like you summon Magician and then you would summon Shark and then you would use Magician's Effect, but then like your opponent would Valor it, so then you can't special summon another wind up from your deck, so you're left with 2 level 4 monsters. So then that's usually why I run 3, in case like they do that. You got level 4s right here. Wind up carrier Send Mighty, obvious. I run 2 wind up Send mains. I did run 3, but you usually never summon the 3rd one. Photon Pappy Loperative. Okay, now for the level 5s. Two wind up Arsenal Senmao. He's good because once per turn you can detach 1 XC material from this card to target 2 set cards on the field and destroy them. So this is good for clearing out your opponent's back row. 2 Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis. 2 Audreus, Keeper of Armageddon. Stardust Dragon. 2 Tempos. 1 Maestroke. 2 number 39 Utopia. 2 number 17 Leviathan Dragon. 1 Levior the Sea Dragon. Number 16 Shockmaster. 2 Chronomaly Crystal Chrononauts. This one comes in handy, you know, like if you have a rat and a rabbit that you can't do anything because your opponent stopped you somehow. This one can't be destroyed by card effects, and it can't be destroyed by battle either. And your opponent takes any battle damage involving this card when you're removing the XC material. And Genosaurus. So that's the extra deck. Now for the side deck. Here's the Cyber Dragons. 2 Cyber Dragons. In case like the soldier isn't doing that good, I can replace it with Cyber Dragon. 2 DD Crows I use these against Insectors, you know, to remove their Insectors from play. I really don't use Wind Up Hunter anymore because they limited Carrier to 1, so the loop isn't really that great now. 2 Thunder Kings. Here's the extra Wind Up Juggler, Wind Up Soldier. Vanity's Fiend. He's good because he's a level 6, a 6-star monster, and then his ability, as long as he's out on the field, your opponent can't neither player can special summon monsters. So like, plus he's 2400 attack. So he's kind of good. I never use him though. I just have him over here. Okay, 3-dimensional fissures for Dark World. I use these against Dark World because if you play these against Dark Worlds, you basically won right away, just because they need the graveyard in order to do their combos. 2 Send Malfunctions to bring back a wind up from your graveyard in defense, but its effect is negated. 3 Wind Up Factories, obvious. Extra Pot of Duality, but too bad it got semi-limited, otherwise everybody would run 3 again. Macrocosmo, it's the same as D-Fissure, but this one's a trap card. 2 Bottomless, Torrential, Call of the Haunted, and an extra dimensional prison, in case like you want to get rid of a Mirror Force or a Fiendish Chain, in case you need a little more power to get rid of your opponent's monster right here. Okay, now I'll go into some combos here that you could do. Let's see here, like I said, like look like you can normal summon Magician, then special summon Shark, and then you could either do the super combo and stuff, the OTK, bring out another magician because of that magician in this one, and then overlay carrier and stuff like that. Or you could do magician, shark, and then if they have like no monsters on the field, and then like two or three trap cards that you think might be mirror forces, you can use Shark's ability to raise it to 5 instead of 3. So then Magician's effect activates. So bring out a soldier, and then you overlay for Senmao 2600 attack. So then you can use his effect, remove an XC material, and then get rid of your opponent's back row, and then you can attack. That move worked a hell of a lot during some of the duels I did. And like I said, this deck that I built is unbeaten so far, all because of the Black Horn of Heaven and the Solemns, because they prevent your opponent from special summoning monsters, and then they're totally screwed. So then you can totally annihilate them. Well guys, that was it for this wind up deck profile. I hope you like it. If you think some of the moves or some of the cards that I put in here aren't good or whatever, leave some comments down on the comment section below. Leave some thoughts about what you think about this. And then remember that I'm the first one basically on YouTube that has shown this card used in their deck. So like if you see other people start using it, it was my idea, because this one is an amazing card. If this one starts being used a lot, it's probably gonna get semi-limited or probably just banned altogether, because there's no cost, unlike Solemn Warning. But there you have it guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.